Hey everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how to layer our new Jolly Season layering stencils. There are 4 stencils in this collection. Each stencil is 9 by 12 inches. There are etchings on each stencil. There you can see this large number 1. Each stencil has a large number on it and some color suggestions. There are also brackets on all 4 corners of your stencil so that you know exactly where to tape your 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock right behind each stencil. So for stencils 1, 2, and 4, you're going to blend using one single color. However, for this stencil, stencil number 3, you're going to have to do some selective ink blending because there are 2 elements on stencil 3. And I'll go into more detail on that later. So each Jolly Season stencil set, you will receive these printed instructions. And what you'll also find etched on these stencils is our website on the top left hand corner. You can see the tonstamps.com and the name of the stencil on the top right hand corner here. You can see Jolly Season -1, and 1 just indicates that this is stencil 1 of 4. So we're starting off with our 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, and you can see the bracket here on this corner and the top right hand corner, and on the bottom right hand corner, and not on the bottom left hand corner because there's a design there. I'm going to put 2 pieces of tape at the top and bottom edge of my 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. It's just letter size cardstock. So what I'm going to do is, after I put the 2 pieces of tape, I'm going to put it right under my stencil number 1, and I'll just position that piece of cardstock inside the brackets behind the stencil. It's easier if you go corner to diagonal corner, and that way you get perfect positioning. And I'm just going to press down on the 2 pieces of tape so that the piece of cardstock is secure under that stencil. Now let's begin our blending with our rose quartz dye ink. This is our lightest pink, and I'm using our wide flat stencil brush. This is a really great brush to use when you're using larger size stencils. We have them available individually and in packs of 6. I'll link everything in the description box below. So this is stencil number 2. We're going to use a darker red. We'll use our cherry dye ink, and I'm just going to blend the entire stencil using this darker toned red. When I say darker, it's not necessarily a dark red, but it's just darker than the rose quartz. All of the colors that I'm using for today's video, they're just color suggestions. I encourage you to explore and experiment the different color combinations that you can use with this set. So here is stencil number 3. There's a large 3, and we're going to use a dark red and also a dark green for this layer. We're going to do some masking and selective ink blending on this particular layer. All of the areas that should be dark green on stencil 3 are enclosed in etched outline. And when you look at the instruction sheet, you can see the black outlines on the instruction sheet, but those etchings are also there on the stencil. So here you can see that I'm just using some post-it notes to do my ink blending. Nancy Stamps on YouTube has also done some really great videos on our newer release. You should check her channel out. She does not do any of the masking like this. She just uses smaller size brushes. So if you have smaller brushes in your stash, go right ahead and just blend using your smaller brushes, and no masking is required. So once stencil 3 is completely blended using our bright Fern and grand fuchsia inks, I'm going to move on to stencil 4, and I just used our Meadow dye ink for this layer. For stencils 1, 2, and 4, I used 1 color. For stencil 3, I used 2 colors. After I'm done blending all 4 layers, you get this beautiful 4 designs on your 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half vertically and horizontally to create 4 A2 panels. But the fun does not end here because we have coordinating dies for this set. There are 4 A2 size dies in the coordinating die collection, which is available separately from the stencils, but you get all 4 dies if you purchase the coordinating die collection. And this is what your 4 panels will look like when you use the coordinating dies on them. How awesome and intricate are these? I am so in love with this collection. They just look really great together. If you get the stencil set, you kind of need the die collection. You can back these panels on colored cardstock, glitter cardstock, holographic paper, and you can create some instant cards that way. I'm so excited for this set. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. There's only 4 layers in this set. The coordinating dies are separate, but there's so much more that you can do with the panels with the dies. And here are some of our team members' samples, and I'll also link Nancy's stamps on YouTube so that you can see what she did with this set as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.